Hi, everybody. Marcy Bullock with 10 things I wish I'd known in my 20s. This is a photo of me back when we could have haircuts before the lockdown. All right, I'm going to be preaching to y'all today. Are you ready? I'm watching my watch because I'm going to keep this to 10 minutes, but it's probably going to be a two-part video because there's a lot of things I've learned over the decades. And I call your trying 20s your trying 20s for a reason because you are trying lots of things and it's trying. All right, let's move into it. Number one, I'm going to be telling you this so many times. You've got to take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. These are the three things. So simple, but not easy, right? Because we all tend to get in the I'm busy and I don't have time. I'm going to grab some fast food and I can't rest up and never made it to my jog, whatever it was. We've got to do these things. I have myself pictured at the soccer tournament for Celebrate the Tatas with my wonderful daughter wearing our pink feather boa. Everyone needs that in life. And we got breast in show. And we also, yes, I did say breast in show for breast cancer awareness in my mom's memory. And we also did Relay for Life, which is Race for the Cure, all these great things. I care about them emotionally. They make me feel good giving back to people that are less fortunate. And I am sweating, y'all. We have to sweat every day. And if you're not resting, you can't be productive. Put good things in your body and you'll feel good. Put crap in your body, you will feel, you know. Number two, I wish I had known to really focus in on my priorities. So I've got a picture of these two little girls that I mentioned to you. One, they're not little anymore, who was in that soccer tournament picture with me. Both of them are grown women now. As you've seen, I blinked and the baby birds have flown out of the nest. And when I was in my 20s, I was preparing to be a mom and a working professional, a career-driven person who had a partnership where both of us were equal partners. So we had to, there was never a balance. We had to throw everything up in the air and just hope that the balls didn't all fall. So there were times where I made decisions that were in the interest of the family because the family was my top priority. And we're going to have a little quiz, maybe in part two of this video, to see if you're a family first person or if you are a person who is more of a work focused person. You have to know your priorities. Number three, know your superpower. We all have them. Sometimes I call it your signature sauce. You know, it's something that no one else on the planet can leave a footprint on except for you. Think about that. Think about what makes you unique, what you bring to the party. Know it, shout it out to everyone from the mountaintop. Know your non-negotiables. So we all have these things that we are not willing to budge on. It's like a boundary. Maybe you have a dog. I was trying to think if I could show you a picture of my pupperoo. He's down here. So I have to be home at a certain time to take Mojo out because he has no opposable thumbs and cannot feed himself. That's a non-negotiable. If something's coming up at a certain time, I say, I gotta go, I gotta take care of my dog. You may have something you're training for, like a half marathon, where you need your time to train. It's something that is good for your body, it's good for your psyche, it's in your personal life. It might even be taking care of an elderly relative. All of these things, you have to be hard and fast on them. And when you're considering job offers, make sure you pick the one that will not make you budge on a non-negotiable. Think about that. What are your non-negotiables? Now we need to know about finding your work-life divide. So these are the differences. There's a separator where you separate work from home. And when you go home at 5, you don't look at your email. And when you're at work until 5, you don't go to the dry cleaner. There are also people that integrate. They check their email at home later and they go to the dry cleaner during the day. There are people 100%, my family comes before everything. And then there are work first people. And you know those occupations that require so much drive, you know, a physician, a politician, that if you're in a partnership in some kind of loving relationship, you would want to tell your partner, listen, this is the career I'm going for, and it's going to come first because you're going to have to move for me. In my relationship, we both move for each other at different times, and we had that conversation. So it's really important to have. And some people cycle. All right. So that means that maybe I was really, really driven with work first before I had children. Then I was like, my kids are little. I want to spend some time with them. I'll never have this time back again. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or man or non-binary. You might have family members that you want to be with. And then when they're older, they don't need you as much, perhaps. And so you kind of cycle from work to family. That works too. Build a board of directors. This is such a good one. So, in your life, imagine that you are at this boardroom and it's a circular table, and this is you here. You're the yellow person, and you get to surround yourself with people who will be your champion, who will support you when times are tough, who will be your advisor, who will be your mentor, people around the boardroom table that will celebrate for you, that will cheer you on, that will confront you when you're going down the wrong path, that will give you guidance when you don't know which way to go, that will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. We know who those people are in our life, don't we? You get to pick these people to surround you at your boardroom. And that takes effort because you have to cultivate and nurture relationships with people that you look up to. It is said that you are the average of the top 5 people you hang out with the most. Who are those people? Are they lifting you up? Are they pushing you to be your very, very best? Be intentional about building your relationships with people. And we have another video on building relationships. 7, know yourself 100%. You got to know what you love. You got to know what you hate. You got to know what energizes you. You have to know when time flies by. You have to know what drains you. Spend some time doing some long needed self-reflection because you will spend 1/3 of your waking hours in your professional identity. And if you are doing something that does not bring you meaning and fulfillment, you're going to look back and say, I wasted a lot of my life. And this is the only moment there is. Do you have this? I had this in my 20s. It was the imposter syndrome. It was, I don't belong here. It was, I'm not good enough. It was, I'm not worthy. People are going to figure out that I'm not smart enough or that I'm not old enough. Put whatever in the enough blank that you use. We need to get over the imposter syndrome. We were chosen for a reason. The reason we were chosen is because we are worthy of being at this university, of being in this internship, and of being in this job. So in my 20s, it took me a while to battle that until I got really comfortable in my own skin. And some of these things you just have to figure out in the years of life. Number 9, learn from something you're not so proud of. Oops. Everybody's going to fail. Everyone's going to stumble. Everyone's going to make mistakes. It's okay. You are not expected to be perfect. If you have that perfection addiction, you know who you are. And let yourself be human. And we're going to wrap up this video with number 10, which is give yourself permission to go after what you want. So people who were admitted to hospice, who had an expiration date stamped on them for when their life would end, were asked, what do you regret most? And one of the things they said was not following my own dreams. They regretted following someone else's dreams. So give yourself permission to do what you really want to do and don't waste any time. What you'll regret the most is not going for it and not taking a risk. So come back for part 2 where you can find out if you're an integrator, separator, family first, work first, or cycler.